Hey, what's going on, everybody? Your boy DJ Serimanos, and I got a real quick question. He said, "How did you power your laptop controller, etc.?" He said he's still looking for one to power my 2012 MacBook Pro, which sucks tons of juice. I'm not sure how much juice is sucking, but I recommend you guys get yourself a kilowatt meter. It only costs like $30. And then from there, you could actually know how much power is sucking. And basically what you do, the way I have it hooked up, I have it hooked up to an extension cord. This is an extension cord and it's plugged up to my wall. The reason why I have an extension cord, so I could actually read it. I don't want to be bending over trying to get the readings. So basically you have this plugged up and you switch it over to watts. Right now it's telling me it's pulling 122 volts from the wall. That's what it's telling me right now. Right now we're on volts. And then we want to look at watts. So I'm going to turn on my laptop. Right now it's plugged up to my laptop. We're going to turn on my laptop. And as soon as it plug up my laptop, it should be sucking, around 60 watts. So I'm looking at 60, 76 watts. And that's only to get started. After it start running, it dropped down to like maybe 30. So let me get this running. I got it running. As soon as if it's done running, it's going to drop down. So right now it's showing a lot. It's showing 109, 107. And you're going to give it a little bit of time. As soon as everything reboots and starts up, it's going to drop down. So I recommend you guys get one of these bad boys so you actually know what you're pulling. And then you have an idea of what kind of battery you're going to get. So I got myself a Pecron 1500. This is a Pecron 1500. This bad boy, it says it has a little less than 1500 watts. If you look in the back, it has the specs in the back. And right here, it says it's 1461. So it's a little less than 15. And then with this unit running and all that, if you let it run, the fan inside, the converter, all that stuff, the inverter, is going to even be a little less. So I'm saying about 1300, 1200. So this battery is about 1200, 1300. So that's how you have an idea of how much you have total. All right. So check this out. Let's put this back like this. We're going to show you something real quick. So as soon as this is done, see, it looks like it's done rebooting. Now, I also recommend when I do actually a gig, I have my laptop fully charged. If you don't, it's going to suck up a lot of your battery. This battery right there. See, it's dropping down a little. So now check this out. Like I said, you get yourself a meter, and then you have an idea of what this running, how much watts this running, how much watts that's running. And the speakers varies. It depends on the music you're playing. So what I noticed, the highest I saw is 80 watts. The lowest I saw is 40 watts. So 80 is blasting, where it's hitting peak. It's fully blasting. I seen it 80 watts. So now you have two speakers, 80 times 2. You have 160 watts, right? So now you have 160 watts, and let's say the rest of this stuff, you add them all up, the computer, laptop, this, that, you add it all up, and let's say that's another 100 watts, right? So now you're doing a total of 260 watts. And remember I told you this is around 1300. So you go actually do the math. You go actually do the math, and it tells you, this is the way I do the math. So I said this is around 1300 watt battery. And we're going to do total. I said this is 80 times 2, 160 plus another 100. That's 260. Divided by 260. And it tells you how many hours you're going to get off that battery. And that's actually around correct. I've been getting around 6 hours. I start off slow, low volume. And then when people are starting to dance, I crank it up. And then towards the end, I turn it down a little. So, I've been getting like 6 hours on this battery right here. That's about correct. I never start from the beginning of the gig and start blasting it right away, That just right there, this calculation, that's if I get there and I start it right away and start blasting it. You know, in my last gig, I kind of saw that. I had the subs, and that sub sucked it up quick. You know, it sucked it up quick. So you have an idea. So like I say, I recommend getting yourself one of these. Look how low it will drop down to 22. So as soon as it gets started, it reboots, it's finished, it's gonna drop down. And this right here is probably another 10. There's probably another, I noticed that this is around 50 watts, 60 watts, everything, you know. But I said it was 100, but it's around, but then plus I got my DMX Go. So it's about 60, I say around 60 watts, the whole thing right here, this whole on my table. And the speakers, I say is another 80 times 2. You know, a speaker is 80. And that's why I've been kind of, you know, I don't know. But it's pretty cool. So that's a good question right there. Once again, I recommend you get yourself a kilowatt meter. And then you always going to have an idea of what you're pulling. Like right now, I could disconnect this and plug it up to my whole, this right here. The strip, I could plug it up to that and I could turn everything on and I'll show you what every single thing is pulling, all these 3 little items. It's probably about 60 watts, you know. So, yeah. So, I like this battery because it shows the output. It shows how many hours you have left. That's what I like about this. As soon as you turn on this right here, it tells you how much hours you have. Like I did the Halloween party, and I only used 25%. That's pretty cool. And I only had this plugging up my the stuff on my table, and then I had the other battery for this and the other battery for the other speaker. So I only used 25% in 3 hours. So that's not bad. You know, yeah, right here it tells you how much you have time you have left. So this shows 70 hours. That's pretty cool. All right, so I have another question. Here goes another question I got. I'm going to answer the next question. I kind of misunderstood the question and had to look at it again. I said, oops, I kind of misunderstood. So, yeah, that's how you just get yourself a kilowatt meter and you know exactly what you're pulling. And if your laptop is pulling a lot of juice, maybe your battery sucks on it. Maybe it doesn't hold a charge anymore in your battery. You know what I mean? Like mine, it still holds a charge. So that's why it's a little bit less. You know what I mean? So maybe you gotta either switch your battery in your laptop. I don't know. But anyways, let's go check out this other question I got right here. Here goes the one I misunderstood. This one right here. So Steve Google asked me, what if you wanted to alternate colors like every other one white and every other one blue? I kind of misunderstood. I told him go ahead and DMX it, but then I remembered that this actually has the lights actually has a 2 different remotes, 2 different remote mode. So let me show you real quick. So on the back, they call it RAN. They should have called it REM for remote, but in the back they call it RAN. So right now it's set to RAN 1, and this one is set to RAN 2, and this one is set to RAN 1. And to do that, just of course you hit mode. You hit mode, and here goes your address, your channels, your colors, blah blah blah. You know, your 2.4G, your, I don't know what that is, your green, your blue, UV, yellow, I don't know. And here goes your RAN. Here goes how you change it. RAN 1, RAN 2. Like I said, they should call it REM, like remote. But it's RAN 2, and that one is set up to RAN 1. And on your remote control, let's turn this one on. I kind of misunderstood the question, so I'm sorry about that. And this one is set up to RAN 1. This is set up to RAN 2. Now with the remote control, you push these 2 buttons on the top, these two little buttons, you push them together. hold it for a few seconds, like 5 seconds, and release it, and you switch over to Ren 1. You'll hold it again for a few seconds, 5 seconds, and then switch over to Ren 2. So right now I'm not sure which one I'm on. So let's go ahead and hit it. I'm gonna hit pink or whatever color that is. See, only one turned on. So now let's say I wanna make this one blue. You'll hold this right here for a few seconds together. Gotta push them together. Hold it for a few seconds. For 5 seconds, and once you release it, it's gonna blink. I don't know if it blinked, but let's hit blue. This one should turn blue. Oops, so it didn't work. So let's go ahead and hit it again together. A couple seconds. I'm gonna see if it blinks. Let's see. Do it again. It's better with having two hands. All right, I kind of seen it blink. So now let's turn this one blue. Let's see. I still didn't do it. Sucker. I gotta do both hands. I gotta put on this. Gotta be pushed together at the same time. It's funny because when you do it when you're not even want to, it works. There it is. See? Now this one is turning different colors like yellow. What color do I want to change it to? Green. And this one's still at pink, orange, and that one is still at pink. Now I want to switch it back and change that one to blue again. All right, cool. I seen it blink. Let's see if I could change it to blue. The pink one, let's change it to blue. Nope. But you guys got the idea. Hold it for a few seconds. All right, let's release it. Since that one is blue already, let's change that one over there to green. The pink one to green. Yeah, see? It's better to have two hands, but yeah. So that's how you change different colors. Hopefully that answered your questions. This palette right here is pretty cool. This right here, you change the palette, and then you just hit the up and down, and you go through all the colors in the palette. It has like over 30 something colors. It's pretty cool. I like that. You know? And to put them back together, you got to switch both of them to either Ren 1 or Ren 2. And then you have one remote control. Or each light comes with a remote. Each light comes with a remote. Let's say you have 6 of these and 6 of those. Ren 1 and Ren 2, you got 6 in Ren 2. You can have one remote and you can put in the back Ren 1. The other one put Ren 2. And then when you hit this one, it changes all the Ren 1. And then you grab the other remote and change another color to Ren 2. You could also do that because each light comes with a remote. You could do that too if you don't want to be pushing these two buttons. These two buttons are a pain. It's better to have two hands. Right now I only have one hand. So if you have two hands, you can actually push them together. It's easier like that. But like I said, if you want to just put a little sticker in the back and just write Ren 1, put the other one Ren 2, and then you have half of them on Ren 1, the other one on Ren 2, and then you could just boom, boom, boom. So much easier, you know what I mean? So yeah, hopefully that answered your question. This is your boy DJ Serimanos, and I'm out. Peace.